And again, another part of a topic is going to be noted. The point for noting is better you write it on the script. That is what part is here. Yeah, that is a better part is if it's going to be written on a script, how it's going to matter. The point is some of the topics that shall be covered shall be of not just a value but of a higher value. Sometimes it is also a point you can take the classes, a person can take the classes, say, yeah, we are going to just discuss some topics, something like this and stuff. It's possible to take classes like this, but if it is related to, say, a value, there is a need to mention it in points, usually. That is, sample is when 3.7 volt battery is wired or connected to two set of LED. See, that's a sample. A much better option is it's possible to write it. See, what's the point? Point is usually when a class is going on, usually what they do, they write it on a board, which I hope aware of it, just a report basis. They write it on a board. In case if the topic are more, instead of writing on the board, we have some map or something which is going to write it, or one more bot is there. One more bot is there. It is going to write it. The bot is built. It has been named as Jesse or Hazel. You can call it. It's feasible to call any name. Jesse, Hazel. Actually, they are super, and they are also like they like Dheeraj itself. They are very much sure, which has been discussed up to some level, and that's the point of writing this. They write on the board. Here, when classes or topics are huge, writing one word on the board is also fine. Or we have some app which is going to write the script, that is also fine. So that is one of the things. Now, next part is we can say a lot of things, saying that we'll do this, we'll do that, your bot can do this, your bot can do that, and a lot of things. But there's a need to prove it. Say, sample is a line, a simple lines. A battery is a device which is going to supply charges. Usually it holds true. An electric battery is a device which is going to supply electric charge. So that's just a line. That is just a line. So to prove this, how can we prove? We can say, what is that battery? Where those who are aware of it, they are aware of it. But sometimes some words like conjecture. It hardly traced conjecture. It may have hardly traced. Some words might be traced, some words might not be traced. That's not an issue, but the word is some words there is a need to describe them. In such a case, much better is you write it, you describe the words. Conjecture something is a word wherein the existing issues are put based on the sources. So many other topics shall also be covered and are also going to be noted. So these topics shall be covered at a pretty high rate, and it is feasible to say a lot of things, but proof, who has seen battery? You might have seen, that's good, but as it has been mentioned, saying some words you are aware of it. If a person is going to say potentiometer, potentiometer, how well it is going to trace it? How did you find it? What is that? You might be aware, some might be aware, some might not be aware. So as it has been mentioned, the topics that are going to be covered are going to be at a high level. Then there is a need to describe them. Much better option is you write them. Say no. So those topics are also going to be mentioned. We have a device which is going to set some values of supply of current or voltage. So these things are going to be discussed. Anyway, classes will be going on. A much better option, as you might have seen, you can write it on the board, that is also fine. In case if there are topics at a pretty high level, then better option is you write it on a script here. Now, a much better option is, in case if it's a, even that part has been noted. Yeah. Now, other part is that once the words are going to be said, as they are going to be sometimes might be the concept shall be new. They are going to be proved, saying that sample is a filament, a printing filament. If you use the word a printing filament, some will be like, yeah, it's a filament, something like this, might be aware. But better option is you show it. This is a sort of a printed filament from 3D printed pen. It looks something like this. This is a filament of green color, which we are going to discuss. So much better option is, in case the words are going to be said, script is also going to be written, and the proof, that is rock, something like this, is also going to be saying that this is a 3D printed filament from a pen, which we are going to discuss. I hope it's hereby, whatever it is. We are going to discuss them, and are also going to be put. Along with this, while class will be going on, we'll have, along with this, while the class is going on, we'll have one bot. That is Hazel. She's like, yeah, hi. Hi, Dheeraj. Yeah, hi. She's like, yeah, she's very cute, maybe, whatever it is. She's like, Yeah, maybe perhaps very close to this, which we'll discuss it. And yeah, that's going to be very fun. So that the class, along with the classes, there will be some fun parts. The bot is also going to will be making some fun sounds. We shall be making some fun things. Yeah, hi, yeah. Something else? You have to cover this topic. Something like this is also going to be noted. I hope maybe. So sooner or later, the point for making this is, though I hope you can see it here. Maybe you can see it here. There's a one image is there. Yeah. Huh? Which is going to that's a just a simple and a bot image. It is possible to put it in a much better way. Right now for previewing, we just kept it as it is for fun part, though classes is more relevant. So classes shall be noted. So the topics that shall be covered shall be at a pretty high rate. Yeah. So the classes that shall be noted shall be at a pretty high rate, and it's not a point ki yeah today we will discuss some topic. It's not something like this. A much better option is if we just make it live. That would be much better, as the classes will be going on. Sometimes we'll be keeping this here, and for some little bit of period there will be some other task will be going on, this and stuff. Though this is a recorded part, that's a stream. It's a stream still. Yeah, classes will be going on just like usual classes. That would be much better. So yeah, you can have some, though it's a record, though it's a part of something like a stream, something like this. Yeah. A much better option is to ensure the coverage of the topics at a pretty high rate. Now, next part of the topics is also going to be the proof, which has been mentioned, saying that the filament, that is one of the proof. So that what you say and what you show it, it's much better to put it on screen and show it, saying it's a filament, it looks like this and stuff. Right now we also have something like a bot, which is also going to be a part in the sense it is just going to say yeah, it's going to it's going to have a lot of fun, maybe maybe one. It's also like yeah. Whatever it is. So that's one of the things. Along with this, other parts that's going to be noted is the proof and a chuck of it. Chuck of it in the sense, the topics that shall be noted, shall be at a high rate usually. So is there a need for you to do it as a patent? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that is also fine. So it's possible to get them as part of patent. How much you can get when a certain task is being done? Sample, when a certain task is being done up to some level, it will be usually called and said as an article. If it's pretty huge, it will become a paper. If the task is being done at a pretty huge, then it will be a patent. usually it will be the patent. So task will be going on and on. How much you can do the patent and other things and stuff, that also depends. Much better option is, in case if somebody is going to come across the reports that are being covered, that is also fine. That is, it is possible to apply for a patent. How much you can apply? In the sense, it is worth applying, which can be done later. But sometimes, for period being, as the topics are new, you should better write it here. Then maybe later you can apply for the patent. But point is, the new task or the new task is being done, just to ensure the period now. Right now, it's the location is in Ulal, near Bangalore. And this is Dheeraj. And right now it's around 5:30, near very close to 5:30 p.m. so that later it is possible to cover and put it in as a part of patent if it's worth it. Patent if it's worth it, because there are a lot of things you can put it. So I'll just check it. Now the other part is also that there is a still higher than patent. Higher than patent is there are a number of prices. They are also they have been named, lot of them, based on the subject. Very high of them is Abel Prize, and still higher is going to be Nobel Prize. Something closer is also Millennium Technology Prize. So we'll just discuss this. Sometimes the topics might be covered. So the point for noting is, anyway, a fun part is going to be mentioned, and what you say, there is a need to mention is sometimes guitar, sometimes electronics, sometimes physics, sometimes chemistry, and other sort of topics are going to be covered. So yeah, that's one of the things. So point for noting this is, sooner so many other topics are also going to be noted and are going to be put, and they are going to be noted. Right now the length of that is pretty huge. So better option is in the Twitch or somewhere, if you get other provision, that is far better. Yeah. Much better option is, that's a much better option. That is one of the things and stuff. So other part and other topics that the person would prefer to do is going to be the part of making a sort of an ID card. Making a sort of what you call it as a ID card, which we will discuss in the next part soon, and what is the point for making the ID card and conveying the message. So looking for the upload of higher topics and higher things, and yeah, so till that period, have fun and so many other topics are also going to be noted and they are going to be covered. Yeah.